So, guys, I really feel like Gotham Season 2, you guys got to take things up at a different level. Season 1 had so much procedural stuff, and everybody was kind of off in their own corner. And it felt like in Season 2, the stories got bigger, everything got more interrelated, and it seems like you guys got to play off each other a little bit more than you did. What was it like, I guess, from your experience? Did you feel, I mean, Cory, I know, like for you, it was like, I was in the police precinct, I was in the police precinct. This year, you got to go out and do more stuff. How has that been like for y'all?
Oh, I mean, it's been great. I was thrilled when we kind of shifted from a more procedural, crime show into like a proper drama.
Yeah.
The catalog of characters that we have in the show, it's like, if we're not gonna like put them like forefront, what are we doing? So it's been so fun to have like the world feel like it's getting smaller as all of our webs start to cross.
And we finally had a scene together in the finale.
Yeah.
Finally, after 2 years.
Do you see each other on set, or is it just like, I know Cory's on the show,
yeah.
like in 3 months I'll see you again?
I mean, it was crazy. I remember we were shooting the 19th episode. This is like almost the end of season 1. The 19th episode of season 1. And of course I'd seen the show had been airing. And we did a scene where I'm walking into a bar, and then Robin Penguin is walking behind me. We don't actually interact, but we're in the same scene. They kind of had that, like a little crossover, cameo kind of thing. And I remember seeing him shoot that, and I was like, I think that's the first time I've seen the Penguin waddle in person.
Yeah.
And that's after a year of doing the show, and it's like we know each other so well. We see each other at press events, we see each other on set, but like we don't have scenes together.
I think I shot him a menacing glance. I think that's been.
Yes, that's been about the total of our collaboration. That's fine.
Oh, yeah. Well, I want to ask you guys each a little bit about your characters, and Sean, starting with you, because I feel like everybody on the show gets an opportunity to go really big and have a lot of crazy stuff, but Alfred is kind of like the center. I mean, you really kind of keep things from spinning too far out of control, and your character had so many great moments this year where it was just like, all right, I'm going to lay down the law, like this is what's going on. Do you feel like you're the straight man in some ways of this cast of characters?
Well, I think so. I mean, I think the thing is Alfred knows. He knows best always, really. He doesn't trust anybody. I mean, there's no one really to lean on. And the only other person he trusts is Lucius Fox other than Master B. So that he doesn't trust anybody. And he has this Bushido-like oath to protect Bruce for his entire life. And from that, their sort of relationship has sort of formed. So, I mean, yeah, he is. He is a sort of a straight man that everything bounces off because he's the observer in many respects. And weirdly enough, like Cory was just saying about affiliations, strange affiliations sort of happened with some sort of characters I never thought that would sort of work well together. But it's like with Bullock, there's a lot of sort of similarities with Harvey Bullock and Alfred, I think, as well, being a straight shooter and actually being able to read people quite well.
Yeah.
So that's been the interesting aspect. Yeah.
And you did get to do some action this past year.
Please.
Yeah, is that the part of Alfred that you like, the idea that we know he has some kind of military past, we know that he's like a badass just in waiting. Do you ever want to fully go on in some of the more superheroic type of action, or do you like being a little bit more restrained?
Well, no, I mean, I've been given the opportunity to be able to fight, and I think the thing is that the writers and the producers, our wonderful showrunners, have given me that opportunity, and also it actually gives much more of a reason for Alfred to be there as well, because of course he's young Master Bruce's enabler, really. And he's the first person, where he didn't become Batman overnight, did he? I mean, he learned from cooking skills to fighting skills to manners to dancing to everything. All of this information has come from one person, which has been Alfred, and their relationship.
Yeah. So, Cory, you got to go as close as I think we're going to see to full-on Riddler this year. I mean, you're not quite fully the character, but the clues and the crimes and, obviously, spoilers if you haven't seen Gotham Season 2, guys, it's been all summer now. But, the end of the year and the police coming back around with Kristen and all of that, I mean, it seems like you got to make such a big transformation. Did you expect that you were going to be a villain all the way out, or did it come kind of creep up on you?
I think Ed, he's such a brilliant mind, and when he decided to frame Jim, he came up with this brilliant, elaborate plan that was by no means flawless, but it was pretty darn good. And so, it's what he's done is he kind of went full on Riddler, but he has no idea what that means. So, as we move on and he gets out of Arkham and, kind of has this clean slate and decides what to do. He's embraced the darker side of himself. He's realized in Arkham he can make friends. Like, he actually has the ability to like make friends and kind of run the show a little bit. And also he is aware of like what his skill set is. And so, once he starts like putting this together and deciding like this is my identity, then he can, eventually don the title of the Riddler.
Yeah.
He doesn't know that the question mark is his emblem yet, but he's already used it.
Yeah. And you already know those. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
David, I gotta say, it's gonna be a long while before Bruce on the show is close to being Batman. I hope you've been working to put your body into superhuman peak physical condition in the meantime.
Get in there.
But the exciting thing for you coming up is the fact that in the next season, we're gonna see a different kind of Bruce. We don't know. I mean, the very end of the season 2 gave us something, but I know other people on the show have been able to play a good version of themselves, a bad version of themselves. I mean, what can you say about the challenge you got coming up of playing more than one character and kind of taking that whole idea in a different direction?
Right. I mean, I think this character, the thing about it is that, I don't, again, without giving away too much, the thing about it is that it's not Bruce. It's not it's not like an evil, and not the evil twin. It's a different person with his, and he's not a villain in many respects. He might become one later down the line, but when we see him at the end of season 2 and the beginning of season 3, he's in no means a bad guy with bad intentions, and it's been so much fun to play him. It's been like, I mean,
confusing.
It's been confusing on set. It's been very confusing. My hair got done wrong once because I was playing one character and I thought I was playing another character. So it gets very confusing on set, but it's so much fun. I have a blast, and I am just so grateful. I mean, as an actor, it's the opportunity of a lifetime to play. I mean, in the same day and the same couple hours, I can be two completely different people, which is awesome.